Now, looking forward to our new inductees to the TCT Hall of Fame takes us back to early 2020, before the words COVID-19 had become part of our daily parlance. And the TCT Expert Advisory Board were busy voting for the 2020 inductees to the TCT Hall of Fame. As we know, all plans for that went out of the window, and celebrating these inductees has been on hold until now. So we're extremely pleased that this evening we'll be able to celebrate and commend these industry greats and show them our full appreciation for their hard work and dedication to our community. Okay, to announce our first inductee this evening, please welcome to the stage Duncan Wood from the TCT Group to say a few words.
Okay, thank you, Jason, and congratulations to our award winners so far this evening. On behalf of the whole TCT community, I'd like to thank tonight's Hall of Fame inductees for their huge contribution to the industry and in helping us get to where we are today. So, on to the important business. Tonight's first inductee was one of the first true experts that I met in this space. Back in '97, I attended my first TCT event as a fresh-faced media salesperson. And in the bar that evening was a person who, in a very short space of time, communicated to me how groundbreaking these technologies truly were. When I look back at my career in this space, one of the moments that stands out for me, and I'm not alone in that, this individual has been a mentor, an inspiration, and a pathfinder for so many important members of our community. The family tree that this person has influenced is a veritable who's who of the UK community. I am pleased to see many of them in the industry, in the audience tonight to help him celebrate. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming and congratulating 2020 TCT Hall of Fame inductee, Professor Phill Dickens.
Pioneer in additive manufacturing research and education, Phill founded world-leading additive manufacturing research. His work both academically and industrially has unlocked additive technologies across the field sector.
Well, thank you, Duncan. It's been great with working with the TCT over the years. It does go back quite a long time. I'm very honoured to be admitted to this group. Some great names in this group, some great people. So I've spent just over 30 years working with lots of wonderful people, and I'm always impressed by how many great people there are in this area, and it's been wonderful to work with them, and especially some of the students and research assistants that I've worked with over the years, and some of those are now leaders in this area in their own right and doing great stuff. There's lots of people I could pick out to thank because it's other people that have helped me get to where I've been. But there's three people in particular I'd like to pick out. The first is actually a guy who's probably not here, Rolf Hoosman from Ford, who introduced me to stereolithography in November 1990. I remember this is the process you were describing, stereolithography. I remember sitting there as he described this process, and he took some parts out of his bag, and I just sat there. A guy from Granger and Worrell was sitting next to me, and we just looked at each other, and we were just awestruck and thought, that's it. It was like manufacturing nirvana. The second person I'd like to thank is Graham Tromans, who many of you will know. So in 1992, I had the cheek to exhibit at MAC, just down the road here in the NEC. And I put this exhibition together and borrowed parts from lots of people. And it was Graham that lent me quite a few of those parts. And he's been a great friend since and a great contributor in this area. And then the third person, who is probably also not here tonight, is Andrew Chantrell from 3D Systems. And it was Andrew that convinced me in 1994 to buy a stereolithography machine. And at the time, my head of department was convinced we should go for a cubital solider machine. And my career could have been very different. And then the last group I'd like to thank is actually used to be called the North American Stereolithography User Group. Now most of you would know as AMUG. And because it was at the North American Stereolithography User Group in Florida where I met my lovely wife. So that's the best thing to come out of this. Thank you.